I want to start this video by saying the last 24 hours of my life has been the most stressful, the most panic-inducing, the most unprecedented, crazy 24 hours of my life. I feel like I'm living in a movie. I don't really know what's happening. I don't know what's happening all over the world. And even though things in some ways in Bali, where I am right now, have seemed very calm and very normal, it seems like everyone's world, everyone's lives just got flipped upside down in about 24 hours. So sit tight, grab yourself a cup of tea, and hopefully at least maybe you'll enjoy this video of the craziness that has been my life over the past 48 hours and my mission to get back to Ireland. So as you guys probably know, I spent 2 weeks in Sri Lanka, well 18 days, and I got back about 16 days ago now. I've been back in Bali for a while. I was on another island and came back to Bali about 2 or 3 days ago. And the plan was to just get a villa, which I've got. I rented this for 1 month and sort of just stay put in the villa. It's very nice. There's a pool, a nice view of rice fields, stuff like that. And just sort of self-isolate a little bit for 1 month and kind of wait it out here in Bali until this craziness passes over. That was the plan. The only problem is that in about 2 weeks' time, I have to do a visa run. So because I only thought I was going to be here for a few weeks, I just got a 30-day visa. You can get a 60-day, but I only got a 30-day. And so what that means is that I have to leave Indonesia before April 3rd. So normally that's fine. You just, a lot of people will just go to Bangkok or Singapore or Kuala Lumpur for the weekend. But right now with everything happening, like, first of all, you shouldn't really be traveling. And second of all, like, stuff is just changing by the hour, not even by the day, like by the hour. So 1 minute everyone was getting flights to Singapore, and next thing it was announced that Singapore was doing 14-day mandatory self-quarantine. So you could only go to Singapore if you were going to stay for 14 days, and if you went, you had to prove that you had a hotel booking for 14 days. Australia had the same. If you wanted to go to Australia, you had to stay for 14 days. So we started running out of options of where we normally fly from Bali. So then Kuala Lumpur was the last place. Everyone was like literally panic buying flights to Kuala Lumpur. Like everyone I know, quick, go to Kuala Lumpur, go to Kuala Lumpur. And next thing, Kuala Lumpur announced a total lockdown as of yesterday. So you cannot fly into or out of Kuala Lumpur anymore. So that was stopped. I think literally all flights there stopped. So people are really starting to panic then. There's really not that many options left if you want to do a visa run to go and extend so that you are safe and legal here, you know, for the next 1 or 2 months or however long this lasts. That was one chaos, I guess you could say. And then yesterday, Bali is finally sort of introducing these coronavirus measures that they hadn't really introduced before. And so suddenly, like, stuff started closing down, like gyms and a few restaurants. Big events were cancelled. And then the Gili Islands, which are really popular tourist islands, closed, and they locked off the port from Lombok. So things were starting to get a bit crazy. I was in Lombok and I literally kind of panicked and like got myself back to Bali just before everything kind of closed down there. So then I thought I was going to be safe in Bali in my lovely new villa. And then yesterday they announced that they are suspending all visas for people in Bali. So no more visa on arrival, no more tourist visa, no more visa extensions. So that just created absolute panic. Like everyone that lives here, a lot of people kind of live here long term, but are only on these 2-month visas or 1-month visas and kind of go back and forth the whole time. Yeah, like it essentially means that I'm supposed to go somewhere on April 3rd, but actually I don't have anywhere to go. Like, so if I go somewhere, I mightn't be able to get back in. So they're thinking of like sort of maybe closing off Bali for a while, and my visa is going to be suspended, so I won't be able to get a visa. So essentially I had to leave Bali. So I literally just moved into my villa. I was so happy, like doing Instagram stories, like, oh, look at my beautiful villa. I'm going to be here for a month. I'm so happy. I rented a motorbike for a month, paid for my villa for a month, was even stocking up on groceries, everything. But no. So my dad had told me about this Emirates flight. It was quite expensive, like €1,200, but it had like just one stopover. So here to Dubai, Dubai to Dublin. Because obviously you want to go to as few places as possible. Like things are just so crazy right now. So I looked at that, and then when I woke up this morning, all Emirates flights had disappeared, like all the ones from Bali to Dublin. It wasn't even that they were fully booked. It just said like not available, not applicable. I don't even know what that means. So I was like, crap, this is getting serious. Like, well, I already knew it was serious, but for the situation in Bali, like it's getting quite serious really fast. And so I started looking up other airlines, and everything was booked up. Turkish Airlines was booked up, Qatar was booked up, Swiss was saying you couldn't book flights online, Emirates wasn't working, and so there was very few airlines left. So I eventually found a flight that literally leaves in like 4 hours. I'm going to the airport really soon, from Bali to Dublin via Qatar and Manchester. So it's not ideal. I have to go through like Bali airport, Qatar airport and Manchester airport just to get home, which is really, really not ideal. But it was literally the only flight I could find. It was €1,500, so a lot of money. You know, I want to go home now. I'm ready. I'm scared and I'm anxious. Like yesterday, like I felt so anxious. I actually like vomited twice. Like I just felt sick from the anxiety and the panic attack and not knowing what was happening, whether I would be allowed to stay in Bali or not, what's happening in the world, when can I go home next, would I be able to see my parents, my sister, her husband, my niece Lexi, like when was I going to be able to go home next, or was it going to be stuck here for months? Who's going to stay? What are we going to do? Are the restaurants going to close? Are we going to be able to get food? What happens in Bali when all the tourists leave? All the tourists are leaving, and Bali relies like 90% on tourism. So what's going to happen? So yeah, I was definitely panicking. And so now I really do want to go home. Like that's it. I'm got my heart set on it, and I just want to get out of here and just get home. But I'm very worried. Like I keep checking my flight updates nonstop, like checking the flight status. So yeah, I'm going to the airport in like an hour. I will try and document as much as I can. And yeah, fingers crossed that my flight leaves at 12:30, so just after midnight. Yeah, so that's kind of the update for now. Oh, one other thing. I called my travel insurance safety wing, which I've only really been with for a month or two. I used to always use World Nomads, but then everyone was talking about this new travel insurance people, which I don't know whether they're good yet or not, so I'm not trying to recommend them or not recommend them. But I did call them and I said, like, things are gone crazy in Indonesia. We're all pretty much being forced to leave because they're stopping with the visas. I'm really struggling to find a flight out of here. I contacted the Irish embassy in Jakarta and they said, we urge you to leave the country. So essentially we are being forced to get out of here. And as of today, Indonesia is in a level 3 zone, which means that my travel insurance becomes invalid in 10 days. So you have 10 days to get out of Indonesia. So I called up Safety Wing and they I got through to the head insurers, I think based in America. And they said, technically, it's actually a political evacuation, which is crazy. And so that, yeah, they said, book any flight you can and then just claim for a political evacuation and they'll refund me the money. Now, I don't know for how much money I can get back. It was quite an expensive flight, but they did say that I could do that and I could get the money refunded. So I will update you guys. When I get home, I'm going to claim for a refund and see. And if I do get a refund, yeah, I will be impressed, because these are the situations we have travel insurance for. And this is why I promote people to have travel insurance for these emergencies, for these crazy times. And so I guess it does make sense that this is the time that your travel insurance should come to your rescue. So I will update you on that. Right now, I gotta finish packing my bag. Should I show you? This is my big fat mess. So I gotta fit the remainder of the stuff into my big backpack, and then all my important stuff is going in my small backpack. So I just have my big one and my small one, and then those are my going home clothes. They're the warmest clothes I have. Okay, it's 9 p.m, so my driver's outside ready to take me to the airport. Got my antibacterial wipes ready, and I'm gonna get a mask and wish me luck. Here we go.
doctor by phone and explain your recent travel history and symptoms so they can help to arrange for testing for COVID-19. You can check out the website at www.hse.ie for further information.